Dave here from the Sailing Industry YouTube channel Naval Gazing at Camp David and navalgazing@campdavid.com. Growing up around British Columbia's lakes and ocean, I developed a deep passion for life around the water. My ultimate dream? Completing a circumnavigation with a sailing yacht upon retirement. The journey towards this dream involves exploring and sharing top-notch resources for a live-aboard circumnavigation. Join me on this adventure by visiting our YouTube channel. Don't forget to watch, like, and subscribe for more insights. We're on the first of a few videos on how to navigate sailing certifications and training organizations. There are more elements and ways to do sailing training and certification than you might think, and certainly more than I thought. They include on-water sailing schools that develop and deliver their own theory and practical course curriculum, on-water sailing schools that deliver theory and practical training curriculums and certifications that have been developed by globally recognized sailing organizations, online sailing schools that deliver theory curriculums that have been developed by globally recognized sailing organizations, globally recognized sailing training curriculum development organizations like the Royal Yachting Association, NauticEd, and the ASA, regionally or globally required sailing licenses that are necessary in order to charter in certain areas. Believe it or not, up to this point, there is no formal government involvement or organizations mentioned. So, just for fun, let's list a few of those. The U.S. Coast Guard, the National Association of State Boating Law Administrators, or NASBLA, American National Standards and United Nations Resolution 40, that's for the ICC, which you may have heard of if you want to charter in the Med. With all that said, learning to sail a yacht is nowhere near as regulated and formalized, read safe, as getting your driver's license or your pilot's license. This is concerning since piloting 20 tons of fiberglass and diesel around marinas, crowded bays, past reefs, through severe weather, and across shipping lanes is easily as dangerous and can certainly be as fatal as either of the former modes of transportation. In this episode, you will learn, number one, an introduction to sailing certifications and licenses. Number two, the importance of sailing experience and logbook entries, much more important than I had thought. Number three, centralized sailing licenses and recognition in the Mediterranean and around the globe. Remember to watch to the end so that you have all the information you need to make that BVI Charter dream a reality and to receive your free gift. So let's get started with the Wild West of chartering. Outside of the Mediterranean, charter companies are far more concerned with your sailing resume/logbook and the hours you have on vessels over a certain size than they are with a certification from a training and testing body. To be safe, you should have at least 50 days of sailing experience in your past and logged. At least 50% of the days should be as master of the vessel. All of the 50 days should have been on vessels above 20 feet or 6.1 meters long, and at least 50% of the experience should be on vessels 28 feet or 8.4 meters or longer. But again, this varies from company to company with no central governing body. You might just get away with 25 days. Now, next up, we've got the recognized and required sailing licenses in Europe. In the Med and Seychelles, you will still need a strong sailing resume. But here, there is at least some form of centralized and formal certification or license that is absolutely required. Your options are, number one, an SLC, which is an International Sailing License and Credentials. This license is overseen by NauticEd out of Texas in the US. It is recognized in both the Med and the Seychelles as well as the rest of the globe. The SLC meets and exceeds the standards for the ICC. Two, the ICC, or International Certificate of Competence. The ICC is a certificate confirming that an individual is competent to the level required to meet the United Nations Economic Commission for Europe Inland Water Committee. I won't even try the acronym. Resolution 40. It is required for chartering in the Med. Over the past few years, a large number of charter brokers are also asking to see a higher nautical qualification than the ICC. The charter companies are asking for proof that a client is capable of handling a $400,000 charter boat for a week's vacation, as the ICC does not prove this capability. As you can imagine, a broker would want to be sure that a skipper is fully capable of handling their vessel before renting. 3. The IPC, International Proficiency Certificate. This license is overseen by the American Sailing Association, or ASA. Most charter companies, specifically in the Caribbean, accept this certificate as adequate proof of bareboat skipper proficiency. As countries differ in their requirements, travelers should always check with their destination prior to attempting to charter. And just a quick note of caution. You may have received your ASA 104 bareboat.
I'd like to apply for a job, any job.
Bareboat charter certificate from a week-long course with a captain somewhere in the Bahamas. This will not allow you to bareboat charter. The charter companies who actually taught you that stuff wouldn't give you their boats after passing that course. You still need that experience requirement that I spoke of. Now, of the 3 certificates, your best option for the recreational sailor are the ICC and the SLC. However, the top of the pile is definitely the SLC, which covers Europe and the Seychelles. It also almost guarantees your approval to charter anywhere in the world. An SLC holder must have logged a minimum of 50 days of sailing, 25 of which must be as master of the vessel. The SLC card shows the vessel size endorsement. In addition, the holder must have sailed at least 10 times within the past 2 years or 5 times in the past year. Gaining an SLC requires an on-the-water assessment of the candidate's sailing skills and knowledge. The requirements for passing the SLC assessment exceeds the requirements for the International Certificate of Competence, or ICC, as well as the American National Standards. This assessment must be completed by an SLC qualified instructor who verifies the student's competence for the international bareboat charter worthiness, including navigation. An SLC holder has completed the NauticEd Bareboat Charter Master Bundle of Courses, which covers topics including skippering, docking, maneuvering, under power and under sail, coastal navigation, electronic navigation, anchoring, and bareboat chartering. If the catamaran vessel type is checked on the SLC, the holder has taken a course on a catamaran, sailing and maneuvering, and logged at least 1 day of catamaran sailing in addition to the expertise required listed above. An SLC holder has recently taken a separate and independent 100-question test, very similar to the RYA, to verify their theory knowledge. This test must be taken every 3 years to remain current. In our video today, we covered the nature of sailing licenses and certificates, the importance of logging your actual practical experience on which vessels, and having it validated and available on a sailing resume. Again, something I wasn't even aware of. Where sailing licenses and certificates are required for charter, and the best sailing license and certificate for global charter. In our next episode, we're going to cover an overview of leading sailing education organizations, including geographic focus, course offerings, certification types, teaching methodology, and global recognition, and a final comparative analysis of those organizations and their training curriculum. Now take the next step towards realizing your BVI charter dream by investing in affordable and convenient sailing theory training. Start with our recommended proven online solution, which offers numerous benefits. Anywhere, anytime learning, courses, tools, and resources are accessible online, allowing you to learn at your own pace and convenience. Interactive learning. Courses use various teaching methods, ensuring a personalized and engaging learning experience. Easy and continual upgrades. Courses are constantly updated and improved, providing access to the latest information. Real-time engagement. Assessment and competency management systems offer ongoing progress reporting. Reduced cost and savings. Modern technology reduces costs and maximizes your time spent on practical on-the-water learning. Our recommended online sailing training program offers recognition by the U.S. Coast Guard and NASBLA, a global network of sailing schools for on-the-water training after your theory, compliance with American National Standards, United Nations Resolution 40, Royal Yachting Association approved knowledge courses, endorsement by the charter industry, free forever online ebook and resume, and that is key for your ability to show your charter company exactly what your experience is so they'll believe it. Ebook options for all the course materials, online sailing simulations, sailing vacation planning services, 2 introductory courses at no cost so you can try virtual training for free. Excited to get started? Click below in the description or in the pinned comment at the top of the comments to receive your free gift, the ebook 19 Fatal Mistakes to Avoid When Buying Your Dream Catamaran, and learn more about virtual sailing training. If you have any questions or suggestions for future blog posts, feel free to send me a direct message on Facebook. Down below, you'll also see some other resources that we offer you. A link to our YouTube channel for sailing yacht tours and reviews. And if you're interested in seeing those videos and tours without ads and supporting our channel, you can go to Patreon by clicking in the link in the description below or the pinned comment. Safe and happy sailing.